Welcome to Lives of Eminence, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating stories of history's most remarkable individuals. I am your host, Plutarch. Born in 1911, Lucille Ball would go on to become one of the most beloved comedians of her time, leaving an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. The year is 1911, and the air is filled with the sound of horse-drawn carriages and the smell of freshly baked bread wafting from the local bakeries in Jamestown, New York. It was here that Lucille's parents, Henry Durrell Ball and Desiree Evelyn Hunt, welcomed their first child, Lucille, at their home on 69 Stewart Avenue. This charming house would serve as the backdrop for many of Lucille's early memories, filled with love, laughter, and a strong sense of family. Lucille's childhood was shaped by her parents' values and traditions. Her father, Henry, worked as a telephone lineman, while her mother, Dee, managed the household and cared for the children. The family would often spend Sundays together, attending church services at the local Presbyterian church and enjoying picnics by the nearby Chattacoin River. These early experiences instilled in Lucille a strong sense of community and a deep appreciation for the simple things in life. One of the most significant influences on Lucille's early life was her grandfather, Fred Hunt, a former vaudeville performer who had traveled extensively throughout the United States and Europe. He regaled Lucille with tales of his adventures, teaching her about the art of physical comedy and introducing her to the world of entertainment. These early lessons would later shape her signature comedic style, which would captivate audiences worldwide. During the summer months, Lucille would spend time at her grandparents' farm in nearby Busti, New York, where she developed a love for nature and the outdoors. She would help with chores, such as feeding chickens and tending to the family garden, and explore the surrounding woods, fostering a sense of independence and self-reliance. These experiences not only shaped her character, but also instilled in her a strong appreciation for the beauty of the natural world. As Lucille entered her teenage years, she began to take an interest in fashion and beauty, often experimenting with makeup and hairstyles. She would spend hours poring over fashion magazines, such as Harper's Bazaar and Vogue, and attempting to recreate the latest styles on herself and her friends. This early fascination with fashion would later serve her well, as she became known for her impeccable style and glamour on screen. In 1926, at the age of 15, Lucille enrolled in the John Murray Anderson School of the Dramatic Arts in New York City, where she studied drama, dance, and music. Although her parents could not afford to support her financially, Lucille was determined to pursue her dreams, working part-time jobs to make ends meet. This period marked a significant turning point in her life, as she began to hone her craft and develop the skills that would eventually lead to her success. The foundation laid during these formative years would serve as the springboard for her future achievements, which would not only bring joy to millions, but also leave an indelible mark on the world of entertainment. As Lucille entered her 20s, she began to make a name for herself in the world of entertainment. In 1928, she landed a role as a Goldwyn Girl, a prestigious troupe of dancers and actresses who performed in film and stage productions. This opportunity allowed her to hone her craft, working alongside other talented performers and learning from experienced directors and choreographers. Her time as a Goldwyn Girl also gave her the chance to develop her signature comedic style, which would eventually become a hallmark of her career. In the early 1930s, Lucille began to transition from dancing to acting, landing small roles in films such as Three Little Words and Dewberry Was a Lady. These early performances showcased her versatility and charm, catching the attention of casting directors and producers. Her big break came in 1937 when she was cast in the film Stage Door, alongside Katharine Hepburn and Ginger Rogers. This critically acclaimed movie not only demonstrated Lucille's acting abilities, but also marked the beginning of a lifelong friendship with her co-star, Ginger Rogers. As Lucille's career gained momentum, she began to face new challenges. In 1940, she met Desi Arnaz, a talented musician and actor who would become her husband and professional partner. Together, they formed Desilu Productions, a pioneering production company that would produce some of the most iconic television shows of the 1950s, including I Love Lucy. This partnership not only brought Lucille personal happiness, but also provided her with a platform to showcase her creative vision and comedic genius. During the 1940s, Lucille continued to work in film, starring in movies such as Dance, Girl, Dance, and The Big Street. These performances further solidified her reputation as a talented actress and comedian. Her experience working in radio also proved invaluable as she developed her skills in writing, producing, and performing for live audiences. In 1951, Lucille's career reached new heights with the premiere of I Love Lucy, a groundbreaking sitcom that revolutionized the television landscape. The show's innovative format, which featured a pregnant woman as the main character, was both daring and hilarious. Lucille's portrayal of Lucy Ricardo, a lovable and mischievous housewife, captivated audiences worldwide, making her a household name. Her unique blend of comedy, charm, and perseverance has not only brought joy to millions, but also paved the way for future generations of women in comedy. As the 1960s dawned, Lucille Ball's career continued to thrive. She and Desi Arnaz had divorced in 1960, but their professional partnership remained strong. Desilu Productions went on to produce other iconic shows such as Star Trek and The Untouchables. Lucille also continued to act, starring in films like Critics' Choice and Yours, Mine and Ours, a comedy about a blended family that became one of the highest-grossing films of 1968. In the 1970s, Lucille returned to television with Here's Lucy, a sitcom that ran for 6 seasons and starred her children, Lucy and Desi Arnaz Jr. Although the show was not as groundbreaking as I Love Lucy, it remained popular and allowed Lucille to continue doing what she loved, making people laugh. Her impact on the entertainment industry extended beyond her own work. She paved the way for future generations of women in comedy, including Carol Burnett, Ellen DeGeneres, and Tina Fey. Lucille Ball's personal life was not without its challenges. She had struggled with health issues throughout her life, including a bout of rheumatoid arthritis that left her hospitalized for several weeks in 1962. Despite these setbacks, she remained determined to continue working, often incorporating her real-life experiences into her comedy routines. Her perseverance and resilience inspired countless fans who saw her as a role model for overcoming adversity. In the 1980s, Lucille's health began to decline more rapidly. She suffered a heart attack in 1989 and underwent emergency bypass surgery. Although she made a remarkable recovery, her health issues eventually caught up with her. On April 26, 1989, Lucille Ball passed away at the age of 77, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and entertain audiences around the world. Today, Lucille Ball's impact on popular culture remains profound. Her pioneering work in television paved the way for future generations of comedians, writers, and producers. The Lucy Desi Comedy Center in Jamestown, New York, is dedicated to preserving her legacy and celebrating the art of comedy. Her legacy continues to inspire new generations of comedians, writers, and actors, ensuring that her impact will be felt for years to come. That's all for today's biography with Plutarch. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that understanding the lives of remarkable individuals helps us better understand ourselves.